The year was 1763, and in many ways, George Washington of America and King George III of Great Britain were very much alike. Both had light blue eyes and reddish-brown hair. Athletic and dignified in appearance, each stood well over 6 feet, towering above other men during the time which the average height was 5'7". Both were honest and popular with the public. They liked simple food and much preferred plain clothes to the high-fashion outfits of the period decorated with lace, ruffles, and embroidery. George III was sometimes called the Farmer George because of his lifelong interest in agriculture. George Washington was a farmer when he was happiest when he was working on his land. Both were excellent horsemen and loved hunting. George III believed that a king should rule America. For a long time, George Washington thought so too. He even fought bravely alongside the British Army. The people of Great Britain from Britain's American colonies had a lot in common too. Most everyone on both sides liked the ocean and liked the good-natured young patriot king. English was their main language. After all, 60% of colonists had British ancestors. London was everybody's capital city, and many Americans proudly thought that England as home. Great Britain had just won the 7 Years' War, which involved almost every country in Europe and extended all the way to India and Australia. King George was now the ruler of the world's greatest empire. As loyal citizens of Great Britain, colonial soldiers had joined forces with soldiers from England to fight against France for control of North America. When France gave up its territories, jubilant celebrations were held throughout England and America. Who could imagine that the fabric binding America to Great Britain was about to be unraveled, or that the two Georges were about to become bitter enemies? Who could guess that George III would be the last king of America and that George Washington would one day become the first president? Neither George Washington nor King George III was fully responsible for everything that happened next. Many others think soldiers and politicians helped shape the future. Even so, the leaders of two sides, these two Georges, were becoming the strongest symbols of the countries during the next 20 years. The different ideas they stood for would soon turn the whole world upside down.